Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Just coming to you from a little bit from a different location in the house. This is our third bedroom here. It's the bedroom that has two twin beds in it. And I haven't ever shot in here. And sometimes I just walk around the property, the house, wherever, and just see what the light looks like, what the background looks like. So I said, I'll shoot in a different setting this morning. Anyhow, I'm just going to pound that basic message over and over and over. This is nothing new. This is something I've talked about a number of times in different forms and probably titled in different ways, but it kind of all comes back to the same thing. Whenever you are feeling a binge coming on, the most important thing I will say right now is that you have to do something. You have to take care of it immediately. If you're new to this lifestyle, if you've been struggling on this lifestyle, you're not going to will it away. It's not going to just sort of go away on its own. It's going to fester and it's going to keep growing. And the more it keeps growing, it's going to get out of control. And the less control you're going to have over it. In the very beginning is when you have the absolute most amount of control you have over it. And you can take care of that craving that can set off a binge. Like you can take care of it almost immediately, but you have to do it. I'm starting to think sometimes that some people out there are just kind of hanging on, or kind of like hanging around with groups that are talking about this stuff and they're dabbling in this and that, and that's all good. Anything that gets more fruits and vegetables into your body, eating more of a whole food plant-based lifestyle, no more killing of the animals. But you really, how many times do we have to say it? You've got to make some sort of a plan. When you make your mistakes, when you fall off the wagon, when you have problems, you have to evaluate that. You can't just like have your little pity party and get with all your friends and have everybody pat you on the back and tell you how it's going to be okay. That's not going to do anything for you. That's not going to solve anything. You have to figure out. It's problem solving 101. When something doesn't work out the way you want it to, you've heard the saying before, everybody's used it probably since the time we grew up, English speaking anyway, back to the drawing board. And you go back and you break down what you did. It's like in sports, sports teams go and watch game films. That's a really good analogy, the way sports teams do it. Especially once you get up into college and pros. After a sporting event, after a game, probably the next day or within 2 days, they go into the locker room and they watch that game film and they tear that damn thing apart and they pick out every little mistake they made. Why? They don't pick out every little mistake they made to sit around and make fun of each other and beat each other up. They point out and identify those mistakes so they can correct those mistakes and so they can perform better in the next game or perform better in general. Well, that's what you've got to do when you make mistakes, when your program's not going how you want it to go. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be able to sit down, cut out the emotion, and just logically say, okay, this is not working. I'm trying to do this. I keep doing this over and over and over and over and over, and it's not taking. So I got to do something different. And I go back to my same information. I think sometimes people do not want simple information. I think the more complicated, convoluted, there's more steps to it, the more effective people think things are. But I'm all about simplicity, and I will go back to it over and over. You first start getting those little itchy, tingling warning signs that you want something to eat. Take care of it immediately. Eat those bananas. Eat some banana and ice cream. If you are struggling on this lifestyle, if you are new to this lifestyle, please keep frozen bananas around. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm coming to find more and more humans are not very good at reading comprehension or listening comprehension. They pick out specific things and they take them out of context and they make that the whole focus, or they just don't get the big picture. When I talk a lot about banana and ice cream, I want people to understand, because every once in a while you'll get a straight comment, or you'll be in a forum or a page or something and somebody talks about, well, you can't live on, it's not good, you're not supposed to live on. No, you're not supposed to live on banana and ice cream. And honestly, as much as I talk about it and talk about using it for a tool, I enjoy banana and ice cream and I go through phases, but no, I don't really eat it as much as I probably come across on this channel. I'll go through my phases, but right now I've had banana and ice cream like once in the last 3 days, 4 days. I might have some today. I don't have it every day, but the point I'm getting at is especially in the beginning, that's good. That's very much like ice cream. You know, throw a little bit of cacao in there. If you don't like cacao, if that's against your holy beliefs, your religion, don't use cacao. Put a little cinnamon in there, or just, I love it just like it is. But that will get you through, because that's like a real treat there. You know, people can say what they want to, but I'm just as happy with, and I used to eat a lot of ice cream, but I'm just as happy with an ice cream now as I was with what I had back then. So you start feeling that little, you know, cravings coming on, which you know before have led to a binge. Just go back and evaluate. Okay, I've felt this before, and that usually progresses to this, which progresses to this, which ends up in me in a full-on binge, feeling bad about myself, low self-esteem, beating myself up. So let's change that. Let's deal with the problem before it happens. Prevention instead of cure. You know, not having to have all that heartache and wailing and weeping and people patting you on the back and telling you it's going to be okay. You know, don't be that person. Don't be that person that everybody has to prop up all the time. Be that strong one. Be that one that learns how to do this. Figure out tricks on your own. Maybe my tricks are not your tricks, but you have to come up with little tricks. That's what this lifestyle is about. It's not about regurgitating like long scientific passages and tell you how this functions with this and that and that and that. It's about simple little hacks in life. It's about making it work. There's book learning people, there's theoretical people, and then there's people that do it. And that is going to get you through, is taking care of that craving the minute it hits, and not letting it ever even remotely get close to a binge. I've said this before and it sounds silly. If you start feeling those feelings, make yourself some banana and ice cream. If you're not in a situation where you can eat banana and ice cream, eat yourself, you know, if you're new, you may not be used to eating that many, but eat as many as you can. Eat 5, 6, 7 bananas, as crazy as that might sound. But fill yourself up with the good stuff until that craving goes away. And then emergency is over. And, you know, whether, you know, whatever. So now you've eaten 6 or 7 or 8 bananas, and you've prevented going into whatever you were eating, pizza and ice cream and cookies and this and that, blah, 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 blah. Take care of it quickly. As Barney Fife used to say, that's before a lot of y'all's time, nip it in the bud. But yeah, that's all you really need to do to avoid a binge, is you need to take care of it very first thing. Because for most people, it's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's not going to just dissipate on its own. It actually will. Usually if you'll wait 15 minutes, an initial craving will, but people in the beginning, they're not going to quite get that. So take care of those before they become a binge. Prevention, always thinking ahead, always having a plan. Anyhow, hope you guys like this one. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and hope you are having a phenomenal week. It's almost over, almost the weekend. Have fun. Peace.